It's 9:15 in the morning. It's August 21st in the year of our Lord 2023. It's 64 degrees and raining here at Site B, and I am your humble guide to all the bumbles. That is the OGGM. Trying this new format that we started next week. Let me know if you like it or you dislike it. We're going to look at all the bumbles on Humbel Bumbel and Bumble of Holding, not just the tabletop role-playing game ones, because I realize there are other bumbles on the site and other charities besides the one or two we mentioned. So I thought for an experiment, we'd take a look at all of them. If this is something you like and want to see me keep doing, let me know, and we'll continue to break up the format like this way. If you prefer it the way I did it in the past, where I just mentioned the tabletop role-playing game bumbles, let me know, and we will not do this. But for now, let's look at all the bumbles that are available this week. First off, we're going to look at the Humbel Bumbles, and then we're going to look at the Bumbles of Holding. And yes, I'm saying bumble, not bundle, because right now, it's a thing. I've been saying it wrong for 4 years now? So yeah, it's a thing. They're bumbles, not bundles. Bumbles, bounds. All right, so we're talking with Humbel Bumbel. So we've got a Resident Evil bumble, including a whole bunch of Resident Evil games. And let's face it, there's 2 Resident Evil games, and then they just keep remaking them. Right? Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 2 Deluxe Edition, Resident Evil 2 Village Edition, Resident Evil 2 Underwater Edition. So if you've never had a chance to play one of my favorite survival horror games, the original survival horror game, Resident Evil, here's a bundle. We have a bundle for Starfield, the video game. We have an end of summer bundle. So this is a whole bunch of video games that were on sale and are coming to an end of a sale. Chief amongst them is Hollow Knight. There's a great game. These are all appear to be bumble sales. Video game sales. We've got a driving sim bundle for $19. We've got the Resident Evil bundle running for $35. We've got a Spaced Out bundle, which has got a whole bunch of other space games on it for $24. We've got the Mazalan Book of the Fallen. This is a series of books, this bundle. 17 books for $25. We've got a music bundle. We're looking for sound and music builds. This one has got a 941 bundle value for 50 bundles. We've got a city building video game bundle. If you like city building, 7 games for $178 value. We've got a Jackbox Jukebox bundle, 8 games, $179 value. We've got another Linux bundle. Hey, do you want to learn how to play Linux and use Linux and program for Linux? Is Linux still getting used? Sure. Here's a bundle of over 12 books telling you all about Linux for $340 value. We've got this Fantasy and Sci-Fi Essentials for the Unity engine. So these are a bunch of things to help design product using the Unity engine for video games. And this is 29 items. It's a $2,691 value for $40. And we've got a Microsoft exam bundle. This is 20 books. It's a $683 value for $24. It's a whole bunch of stuff on how to use Microsoft and Microsoft Exam. OGGM, these sucks. Get you the bundles that we're interested in. Fine. Where the bundles that are more are. So here's a whole bunch of video game bundles that are available right now. You know what I do? I think I do like the older version. I don't know if I like doing it this way. We've got the Traveler bundle from Mongoose Publishing. It's 16 books, $289 value. You get pretty much everything that's ever been written for Traveler, the Mongoose version, for $25. You've got the No Prep bundle. This is a whole bunch of random table resource generators, like a Cyberpunk random table. You got a book of random tables for Fantasy Space. Hundreds and hundreds of random tables for $25. we've got the Pathfinder bundle. And this is a whole bunch of adventures for Pathfinder. $30 gets you the entire bundle of about, looks like 41 Pathfinder adventures. And that appears to be it for bundles in our neck of the wood. We have a bundle on Mexican cooking. If you've ever wanted to learn Mexican cooking, it's 25 bucks, a $461 value for 20 bucks. So not much in our end of the world, but a lot of video games. I think, Humble Bumble is mainly always going to be video games, and we're just kind of going to get on there if we're lucky. All right, let's go to Bundle of Holding, which originally was always about video games. Our types of games. Did I say video games? I'm sorry. Bundle of Holding originally started as a tabletop role-playing game bundle site, and is recently converted to carrying other bundles. All right, so we've got a Traveler bundle. We've got a Delta Green bundle. We've got an Old School Essential bundles. That's a good one. We've got a Champions 4E bundle. We've got a Trial of Cthulhu bundle. We've got something called Knights Black Agents. There's a rare RPG you never hear mentioned much. We've got the Symborium bundle. Probably the most exciting one on here is the Traveler bundle and the Old School Essentials bundle. The Old School Essentials bundle is $29. It gets you Old School Essentials core rules, 1, 2, 3 adventures for the Old School Essentials. We've also got the bundles that are still running from last week. We've got the Blue Rose bundle and the Blue Rose expansion bundles from Green Ronin. These are both charity bundles, both based upon the Blue Rose system. I've mentioned before that Blue Rose was the original system using what we now know as the Age system, or Age 2nd Edition now. And I have had at least 4 different people contact me since I first mentioned Blue Rose to tell me that in regards to the progression of the Age system, the Blue Rose version is better than Age System 2nd Edition. So if you really want to get the best version of that system, they recommend picking up Blue Rose and just removing all the whole kissy stuff from it. And for $8, you get the core rules and some adventures. And then for another $9, you get all the supplements that's been made for it. So there you go. We've got something called Historic Arcanum. These are 5e historical fantasy tabletop role-playing games. Empires of the Silk Road, Herald of Rain, and the City of Crescent for $18. We've got the Hyboria 3E. This is the 3rd edition of the weird fantasy role-playing game Hyboria. We got the Player's Handbook and some supplements for $13. Hyboria is basically Conan style, weird fantasy, some sci-fi, guys and girls in chainmail bikinis and guys in loincloths. So if you're looking for some Conan type role-playing, low fantasy, OSR love, this is available. We've got a Demon Lord. This is Shadows of the Demon Lord and a expansion for Shadows of the Demon Lord. Shadows of the Demon Lord is a huge alternative role-playing OSR type game that has been floating around for a couple years now. I have heard at least one person tell me it is a better version of 5e than any of the other 5e versions out there, which is sad considering how little press it gets. But with the 5e wars about to open up full bore come next year, this could be a good time to invest in it. So you can get the starter rules for $8, and you can get the bonus collection for another $13. So for about $20, you get everything that's ever been made for Shadow of the Demon Lord, which is a OSR, OSE style fantasy role-playing game, slightly darker tone, as is most OSR it feels. And people have told me that it is a better version of 5e than 5e. So is this the first 5e retro clone? Does this predate Level Up 5e? I don't know. I've definitely heard of it. Take that what it means. So those are all the bumbles of holding and the Humble Bumbles. Humble Bumble seems to be mostly video games with a few RPGs. Bundle of Holding seems to be mostly RPGs with a few other things. definitely think bundle of holding is probably better for our type of stuff, the stuff that I should talk about as opposed to Humbel Bumbel. So going forward, if you like this format, I'll probably focus on bundle of holding 90% and then cover the 3 tabletop role-playing games bundles that are in Humbel Bumbel every week, because the rest are video games and weird stuff and like a book on Mexican cooking. And that's, I mean, that could be something you want to invest in. That could be a charity, but I don't know. Remember, of course, these are all PDFs. None of these are physical products. So you will not be getting dice or figures or stickers or anything else. You'll just be getting digital content. And because it is digital content, I would remind you that to double check all of these, especially the ones that include VTT tokens and stuff like that, for viruses and malwares. And in regards to the charities that many of these are supporting, like the Trevor Project or LGBTQT or food banks or whatever, if there's a charity you want to support, like Team Primetime, my sponsor, maybe just give the money directly to charity and skip the whole bundle altogether. I mean, I don't make any money off this. I'd much rather you spend your charity money on buying my merch or supporting my brother than I would you buying the bundle for Shadow of the Demon Lord and supporting food banks. But whatever. I don't know what floats your boat charity-wise. So if there's a charity out there you want to support, maybe skip the bundles and give the money directly to the charity. Unless you really, 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 really want every PDF that's ever been made for Shadow of the Demon Lord. I don't know, 6 of one, half a dozen the other. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot, remember? I'm just a puppet on the strings of the corporate shills. I have no idea what I'm saying. It's raining, so drive careful. That's it for the tabletop role-playing game news of the week. We have set our sails. We have charted our courses. We're looking at our compass. We know the things that we're probably going to be talking about. We know the PDFs that are probably going to get enough of some information or attention. We know the nonsense that's going to probably be the stories we're talking about for this week. And of course, it's probably going to continue to be safety tools, content farming, Gini D, and whatever else. Yes, Wounded Warrior is a good charity. It's one of my favorites. Yes, support our vets. Thank you, James. Till next week, I am the OGGM reminding you it's raining, so drive careful. We'll be back with, I'm sure, some more news or Condor DM shit talking us or whatever. Till next time, remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to stop talking because my brain stopped working about 5 minutes ago. Drive careful, it's raining. I'll see you later.